Gen Z embraces polyamory. Now, if I mess up this word at the beginning, I apologize for it. The video is produced by Misha Petrov, who, as I just said, gave me some record-breaking numbers under my channel, on my channel. And before we start watching her opinions and analysis, I obviously need to share my thoughts. And my thoughts on this are very simple. A devoted human being cannot embrace multiple differentials, especially if you're trying to satisfy hedonistic ideas. Because what is the point of polyamory apart from I apologize, getting undressed and hooking around with a lot of different people, so to say, without getting blamed by society? Like, really, try to explain me the idea of it. If we talk about something serious, like something deep, something meaningful. Here's the word, meaningful. I got it. I'm getting better in English. Okay, let's dive into Misha. What you got to say about this?
My man probably cheating as we speak. I've been cheated on, you've been cheated on, you've been cheated on.
They are in a polyamorous relationship.
Is your relationship ready for polyamory? 6 signs that point to yes.
Amazing article.
My husband wants to marry 4 wives just so he can have more. I'm fine with that.
Okay. I don't want to start a religious war. I'm pretty sure this one is actually on the sides of religion, and it's not only really about polyamory. Because again, I haven't read the Quran. I genuinely don't know, and I don't want to be wrong. I only speak about the stuff that I know or can understand. So we're going to skip this, even like this. Okay, yeah, what do you have to say?
Will never be fair.
Walk into the room and they'll be like in a passionate moment. I'll be like, oh hee hee, like oh no, like let me leave, oh because I'm surprised.
Hey guys, it's Misha and welcome back to my
Hey,
channel.
Misha.
So today we're going to be taking a look at some couples in polyamorous relationships
make full
and
screen.
listen to some of the issues that they face, because I've seen a lot more articles come out recently. Apparently, Gen Z really is into these sorts of open relationships. So we're going to take a look. But before we begin, please make sure you are subscribed and have hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos.
So my husband casually
Same about zynovii7. Whoever you are here in the world, number one thing you should do right now when you're looking at me, you have to go down, like the stream or the video, and subscribe to the channel. We're getting so close to my goal, which is 50 subscribers. You give me that and I give you the reaction. Now, you know what would also be a smart thing if I could do? If I could maybe go... Oh no, actually I can't. Wait, I can't. Let me put this back. I was trying to put myself somewhere, but okay, yeah, I'll have to figure it out some other stream, because right now I'm covering kind of the video that she's watching.
dropped today that he met this chick on Bumble that's only in town for a week, so we all know what that means.
Why would he sit on Bumble when he has a wife? I genuinely don't understand it. I get those who, again, what are you looking for on Bumble? Usually when you're a man, and probably in your 30s, so to say. Okay, let's even take 20s. You're probably looking for a woman. You're probably looking for a relationship, in any kind of relationship, friend relationship, intimate relationship, like general relationship. And you're also looking for another, human being to open up to. That's mostly what people do. They either want the physical intimacy or they want the mental intimacy. You are his wife. So question, what can he not find in you that he will find on Bumble? The answer is simple, and we all know the answer, so I'm not going to comment on it. but the general idea of this really makes me a bit sad, I would say. Wait, can I do like this? Yeah. It makes me sad because, you know, oh, you can find all this in one person. You don't need to go around and checking. Especially, I hate when people use the word market. And you know who often does this? Those who actually fight against objectivizing women.
So I sent him a text like, babe, live your best life. If this thing goes all night, you want to go back to her Airbnb, you want to stay so that you can hit it in the morning again. Live your best life, babe. I got it here at home. Why did I do it? Because I'm such a good polyamorous wife, first of all.
I'm sorry, I'm one of the cool girls. I let my is it the husband? Is it the boyfriend? I let him cheat on
Husband.
me because I'm cool. That's what it's sounding like to me. Just saying.
But also because you put that karma in the bank and then y'all
Okay, wait, Karma, Mrs. Karma in the bank. I actually want to put myself somewhere here.
girls gonna cash it out later.
Okay, so translation, she might want to cheat too in the future. Like, let's say she finds someone she wants to sleep with, even though she's already in a relationship. She can bring up the fact that he also slept with another woman. This sounds really healthy, yeah.
You have to
Do I want to make a joke on her looks? No, I don't. I won't do it. I'm higher than this.
show up for your partner the way that you want them to show up for you. And if I had somebody rolling the town, you better believe I would want my husband to step it up.
All right, so if someone better comes along, you have the green light to go ahead and, yeah, okay.
If someone better, yeah, like Misha, I will like this video because of this quote, because you really nailed it with the quote. Someone better. Isn't the whole point of the relationship that you're spending the time with the best people you could ever have? I'm getting broken. Plus, I should admit, this video is kind of wrong because it's talking about Gen Z, but really, this woman. Wait. This woman, no offense, but you don't look like Gen Z.
Are totally fine with that and it works, but I think a majority of people, they're gonna run into some problems, jealousy being one of them. To have a happy, successful relationship, you have to make sacrifices. If you take a look at couples that have been together for a very long time, if you have parents that stay together or grandparents or someone you know, you will see that those people have had to make sacrifices. And it's not what you see in the movies, because that part of the relationship isn't, as glamorous, so they don't really show that. But over time, you realize that it's not always, sunshine and flowers. There will be hard.
I would like to quote Mark Manson on this one because he actually uses this quote can fit everywhere. He mostly talks about human rights on this, but I think it also sticks well into a relationship. That in order to have equality, and in order for you to have equality, you need to have the exact amount of sacrifices, because only like this you can make something last for long. No, it's not the exact same quote. He formulated it way better than I did, but the point is that success isn't found success between people isn't found in them having the same fun, but probably by them sacrificing the same, I would even say value, things of value, because a lot of people don't necessarily have to sacrifice the same stuff, but it's the value that matters of them. Which is basically what Misha also said. She said that you need to, it's not always about happy flowers, etc. If you want to have a successful relationship, it's not always to make your partner, it's not always to be happy. That is probably main idea.
Be hard times, and if you really love the person, then you will stick with them. They're not happy 24/7. No one is really happy 24/7. That's okay, but they're better together.
You know how many times that my best friend annoyed me? A lot. Yet I never wanted to. Yet I never actually never talked anything back behind his back. But sometimes he can be so annoying. And I think you all have this person in your life. Whoever there's someone close to, maybe a relative, maybe a friend. You know, you can between you can fight forever. But outside, come on. You're gonna defend your homie.
Together than they are apart. And even though they may find someone that they find attractive, they remind themselves they're actually married. So that's not an option for them. If you can't do that, if you really don't want to do that, then what is the point of getting married in the first place? Or having a relationship with that person in the first place, unless it's all just casual until someone better comes along. It reminds me of the phrase, a friend to all is a friend to none. Because, they're the ones that make these relationships just sound like friendships, right? Friends with benefits sort of thing.
Why is she not enough?
Why is she not enough? It's
Why
I mean
am I
like
not enough, Steve?
it's kind of like
Yeah,
asking it's kind
Steven.
of like if you've got like a close friend, but then you've got other friends. Like, well, why is that one friend not enough?
If you've ever met someone that's super popular, but they're very shallow, there's just something off about them. So they have all of these friendships, but they don't really have any meaningful, like deep connections with any one of those people. You may remember this video. I talked about it because they are raising babies, non-binary babies. But I want to revisit it and take a closer look at the relationship between the adults here.
This is Ari.
I remember actually I did the reaction on Destiny because we just saw him on that clip being put in a weird situation. So if you want to check out those thoughts, go through the Ben Shapiro versus Destiny debate. I kind of summarized all that I think about this personality.
Gwendolyn and Brinifer.
Who? What interesting names.
They are in a polyamorous relationship, and they all parent Hazel and Sparrow.
We have a 2-year-old antigender baby and a...
To be fair, wait, we're gonna need to go back. This is the first, I swear, this is the first polyamorous couple. You can't say couple anymore, because a couple, it requires 2 people. This is the first polyamorous relationship where I've seen 2 men. I'm sure. Oh no, wait, they don't identify themselves as men, probably. Yeah, we're in trouble.
Hazel and Sparrow.
We have a 2-year-old antigender baby and a
Jack Sparrow.
10-year-old who is non-binary.
They have chosen not to disclose Sparrow's gender.
We don't know it yet.
Have you never changed the baby's diapers? What do you mean you don't know it yet? So much confusion.
I absolutely bet that a lot of people are going to react to Misha's, but gender's not only about physical stuff, blah, blah, blah. Guys, even if you kind of don't support this idea, please don't take this stuff too literally. Because again, I've just been through... an hour ago, I had a very deep conversation with another person in my life about the internet and its influence on people. And I swear, the amount of them who take such phrases seriously and try to build their argument around it is actually frightening. So before you write anything to her or to me, just think for a moment what she means by those words.
In one family.
It's something that Sparrow's gonna have to figure out and then tell us.
These polyamorous parents let their
To be fair to the okay,
Something that Sparrow's gonna have to figure out and then tell us.
These polyamorous
like this, yeah, I think this is a girl. This should be a girl, but they kind of did a good job covering the second child, or was it the oldest child? I don't know. I would still say it's probably a girl, but I'm not sure. Also, who's the father? I mean, not on paper. I don't know what you've written on that paper, but in real life, who's the father?
parents let their children choose their gender. And for their oldest child, Hazel, that's neither male nor female.
Gender is a personal identity. Basically, almost everyone on this planet are assigned a gender when we're young.
Extraordinary family. I don't know if that's the word I would use. Think about it.
It's a special family. It's genuinely special.
Kids need a stable home. If you're bringing in new people, you have what even is this? Okay, so we have one mom, and what is that? 2 biological males, it seems, but they're all what? Trans women, or the kids don't have a gender.
Parents educate their children differently from regular public schools.
Oh wow.
And they're homeschooled.
No wonder.
In public schools in America, most will say, yeah, gender's not a thing. But someone could tell the child, what? You don't have a gender? They might question that, and the parents wouldn't like that. So better for them to stay at home. Our generation claiming to want these open relationships, right? But then also dating less. Oh yeah. We want to be in a throuple, a quadruple. We want 10 people in the relationship, and then no one's actually dating.
We want a gang. Everyone just wants to be a gangster and have their own gang. It's as simple as that. You don't need to go and screw around getting naked and lying in bed with all these people. Nah, you just want to be a head of a clan. I think that people should really start admitting this. Come on, 10 people? Are we going to actually talk about 10 people and say it's some kind of a relationship? 10 people is a gang. It's not even a group of friends. Even the Big Bang Theory's group of friends ended on 7, and they had 3 couples in it. Friends only had 6 people. 10 is too much.
No one's actually getting married. People are having less children. I think it's because nothing is working.
Obviously, in a gang, like you're thinking, okay, who am I going to make the father? Who's going to be the mother? Who is going to carry all this? It's too much. It's so much responsibility to split that you eventually end up not doing anything.
Because people are straying further and further away from how things were done in the past, and instead of looking to the past and saying, "Hey, maybe that actually does work. Maybe we should give that a try." Traditional marriage, right? They're saying, no, it must be something else, because that's the patriarchy, that's sexist, that's whatever. Actually, it's probably because we don't have a 5th member. That must be the problem.
You share your man with somebody if he gave you everything you wanted. I share these men for less because they gonna go cheat anyway. They gonna go cheat.
Let's just try to understand the first woman's question. Would you share your man with somebody if he gave you everything you needed? Okay, now that I've thought about this question, it's not that bad as at the first glance, but still it sounds bad, because there is a reason that man is giving you everything you need. In return, he expects that you're going to give everything he needs as well. So then the question comes up, if he is going to look for someone else, that means you're not giving him enough, which again means that you're doing something wrong. It's as simple as that. You just have to break down every question and you'll see how actually weird and stupid are they formulated. I'm sorry, but this breakdown took me like 20 seconds. But if you don't think about it, it may actually sound smart. Like, look at her face when she asked this.
Probably because we don't have a 5th member. That must be the problem.
You share your man with somebody if he gave you everything you wanted. I share these men for less because they gonna go cheat anyway. They gonna go cheat anyway. So if I know for sure that he's going to give me everything I wanted, I will voluntarily share. Because we involuntarily share these men all the time. They cheat. My man probably cheating.
If your man is cheating, you leave. Not to say, oh yeah, okay, now you have my consent to cheat.
My man probably cheating as we speak. I don't.
Again, it's false logic, because giving consent to cheat, well then that's not cheating anymore, right? Imagine you're playing football or basketball. No, actually football is a better example. And the person is allowed to play with the hand, and he's not a goalkeeper. And the other team says, well, or the referee says, well, I gave consent to it, therefore he can cheat. Well, then he's not cheating if you gave consent, because the whole point is that the referee should stop the game if there's something wrong. If he doesn't stop the game, then there's nothing wrong. Cheating is wrong, therefore it's not cheating anymore, because it's not wrong anymore. God, I should really stop doing these breakdowns, because the more I think about it, the more I understand how bad even the questions are formulated. The theses are formulated so bad. It makes me sad. I don't want to be sad.
I don't give a damn. I'm working. Literally. I've been cheated on. You've been cheated on. You've been cheated on.
And the description: Black polygamy, 2 wives, sister wives, co-wives, polygamy goals. This is polygamy goals. All men are gonna cheat on me, so let me just accept the fate and consent to them cheating on me. That's polygamy goals. We didn't used to have this hookup culture, because now that's seen as empowering, right? Oh yeah, men can sleep around, so women must be able to sleep around. No. That's not the solution. Men and women are different. While I don't think anyone should really be doing this, like sleeping around, hookup culture, you know, these sorts of relationships, I think men are more likely to benefit from that. That doesn't mean then women, to be equal, have to lie to themselves and say, yeah, I can totally do that. Also, they're treating these relationships like friendships. What is the difference here? This all just sounds like friends with benefits. It's a very hedonistic view of relationships too. I'm just gonna do what makes me happy in the moment. I saw someone I'm attracted to. I'm already married, so let me just go tell my husband, hey, I want to cheat on you. As I said, there's a lot of people promoting this and articles coming out from the New York Post. Is your relationship ready for polyamory? 6 signs that point to yes.
Again, just listen to it. Why would someone be ready for a polyamory? Like, why? It's 6 reasons. Are you ready to get your face beaten up? 6 signs that point to yes. Who would even suggest such an article, such an idea?
Non-monogamous writer Sarah Strode told a reporter it always feels like a sacrifice to curtail her desires of exploration when in previous one-on-one traditional relationships. Yeah, that's part of it, Sarah. Online dating might be playing a role too. Because when you are on these dating apps and you see that there are so many people, a lot of people now think, oh, okay, why am I with this person? I could be with someone better. There must be something better out there. So it's always like searching and, oh, but you could have more. You're never happy with what you have. And I think
that's what is the problem with dating apps. I think that before, because again, dating apps is not something new. If you have watched the movie Hitch, you probably remember there's the scene where the girls go on, so to say, basically Tinder of the 2005, because they were in some kind of restaurant. There were 10. They were sitting in a row in front of a table, and one of them was going. One of them was talking to. So the women were talking to a man for like a minute or two, and then they switched, and that way each of them got to speak to everybody. So Tinder, kind of the real life Tinder, did exist back in 2005. The problem is that, as I see it at least, before it was done as a thing to give you a chance. You know, when you had the problem that that girl is going to spot you or that guy is going to spot you, you had the problem with commitment. And what this thing did is it gave you a chance that, okay, here is a person who is willing to try to commit as well. Now you can go and do it together. It wasn't about finding the best partner. No, it was about finding a partner with whom you can build something. But again, as it all evolved, as it all progressed, I think this is exactly what a lot of dating apps have done recently. So instead of giving this chance, they've actually they transformed into a website with choices. But at the end of the day, what makes a good relationship a good relationship is that you really don't look at the choices. You stick to what's right and what's wrong, and for that you need specific fundamentals, and that is what the 2005 Tinder was trying to provide you. They were trying to provide you with some background from which you can launch, not giving you a choice. In any case, let's continue watching.
And I think that's playing a role. Polyamory educator Lian Yao said that those with adventurous spirits and an appetite for new things may also want to give polyamory a fair shake. See how they're.
If you want an adventurous thing, take your husband or take your wife, whoever you're sticking with. In that case, we don't matter. In that case, we don't care. Take them and go on a trip and do the activity with them. The thing that I'm trying to not compare, but it's so to say with toys. You know, you're treating a relationship as toys. Where you played with one toy and now suddenly you want to feel something else and you change toys. And that is what probably separated human beings from objects, is that we're actually able to commit to one and sacrifice some of our own things for someone else, not just flipping them like toys. God, this stream makes me sad again. I don't want to be sad.
How they're, making the sound. If you want adventure, if you want something cool and fun, and you're open-minded, this might be the way, by ethically cheating on your significant other. So someone who's energized by novelty, learning and self-discovery and things like that would be a really good fit for non-monogamy. And non-monogamy satisfies this need for adventure in a big way. Girl, go hiking or something if you want adventure.
Exactly what I just said. Take them to another city. Take them on a trip.
Recent studies showing that a majority of surveyed Gen Z aged participants are opting for open relationships. 65% believe those types of relationships provide fuller sexual and romantic life experiences, while nearly half admit that one sexual partner simply can't fulfill their sexual needs.
What is your sexual need other than bringing a child into this world? Can anyone please explain this to me? But again, this is what we're leading to. This is what we're coming to. Just have fun and don't do anything. Have fun. Live life for fun.
I think people are now messed up because of corn. Also, Gen Z is breaking the mold of everything from workplace etiquette to relationship norms. And it's working so.
Wait, I didn't read. In the past, people couldn't wrap their mind around polyamory not being tied to infidelity. I need to learn English. What does infidelity mean? Wait, give me a second. Infidelity. With being unfaithful. Yes, this is basically what it is.
Gen Z is breaking the mold of everything from workplace etiquette to relationship norms. And it's working so well. Our generation is so happy. Of course, it has nothing to do with people chopping their bodies up, taking hormones, cheating on each other. Gen Zers are known as being the most sexually accepting generation, but are also reporting rising rates of abstinence, virginity, and loneliness. There we go. While sitting on.
Again, because the thing that also sticks into my mind is that whatever we see on the internet is always 20 or even 30 times exaggerated. Why? Like, again, we talk about this polyamorous relationships. At the end of the day, it's, let's even say it's 1% of the people. And before it was supported by 0.25. Well, the general number, yeah, it grew up 4 times. But it's still just 1%, 1% that you don't spot. You won't spot one person out of these 100. So before it was 20, so let's say it was 25 out of 1,000. Well, now it's no, actually wrong statistics. it was 2.5 out of 1,000, so like really 3, and now it's 10. Like 10 and 3. Really, in a crowd of 1,000 people, you're not gonna spot it. So that's why, yes, we accept more sexuality, we embrace polyamory, but also we have problems. Woo!
On opposite ends of the spectrum, these seemingly different groups may actually be explained by their struggle to make deep emotional connections. Destiny, you may know him. He had an open relationship, which he talked about. They broke it off.
Because in life, sometimes variety is fun. Sometimes I want to be with a girl that's Hispanic or Asian. Sometimes I want to be with somebody that is
marriage
into something
is
that's
not
slightly
a friendship. It kind of helps like having an open relationship too, because you actually get to like taste the things that you're interested in that might not be like a relationship, you know, like you live with them.
Yeah.
Oh, the famous clip.
According to a new Pew Research study, 63% of men
I think also Destiny is getting divorced, which, I mean, nobody's gonna lie if they say everything was going toward it.
aged 18 to 29 report being single. The number of single young men is nearly twice that of single young women, indicating a large breakdown in the social, romantic, and sexual lives of American men. For the women,
You know what could actually be the reason? If we take a polyamorous relationship, that men have really been willing to do anything just to sleep with a girl. And they are even willing to accept that she's going to go around and sharing, so to say, her body with 2 other guys. In general, probably getting some gifts for. I mean, this is basically the concept of OnlyFans, no? Where you have like one girl and she basically has all these men who are specifically attached towards her, and she shares a bit with this and a bit with that and a bit with the third. It's real. Polyamory is real life OnlyFans. This is how I'm going to call this stream. Holy damn! I actually got this nice quote. I mean, I swear, now that I think of it, literally this is what it looks like. Yeah, you can talk about that. Oh, but polyamory may also include multiple women with one man, or multiple with multiple. Yes, but the concept of OnlyFans also includes what? It includes that individuals share an individual, or maybe even groups of them. I actually don't know, because I've never gotten seriously into that business. But everyone knows the general idea of it, and it's really, really similar to what we're talking right now.
it's like, oh yeah, but all these men are just, they're not really men, you know? I think there was this one video where this girl like went on a date with this guy who actually paid for dinner. Basically, she was saying, like, I get it now. Something like that.
Guys, I went on a date this week and I felt the feminism leaving my body. I live on the east side of LA, and if you don't know what that means, it's sort of like the artsier part of LA. There's always a negotiation about who pays, and that's great. I like to pay for people like that. But what I will say is that I sort of fell into going on a date with the most guy's guy I've ever been on a date with. The thing about a guy's guy is he's putting his card down. He's paying for everything. And I really it sort of activated something feral in me. I'm not gonna lie.
In some ways, traditional.
I love that. A guy's guy. So we still have a definition. What is a guy? At least what polyamory people are not discussing, so to say, as she probably maybe was one of them before. I'm not going to judge, because I really don't know. But let's say like this about her formulations: a guy is a guy. So we still have a definition what a man is and what it should be. It's just that we are trying, for no reason at all, transform it, and actually what we're doing is that we're destroying it.
Traditional sorts of gender roles can really improve a relationship, and when you completely reject that, then this is the result.
Then there will be moments where like Cassie and Matt will come home from something. I'll be like getting ready for bed. I'll like walk into the room and they'll be like in a passionate moment. I'll be like, oh hee hee, like oh no, like let me leave, oh because of some privacy.
And
like,
that doesn't make.
If they ever get jealous of each other, again, I don't know how people look at this, but as I see, a relationship is a business. And it's a business between two people who are trying to become the greatest couple there ever existed. The greatest. That's why the woman is doing the most of it, and that's why the man is doing the most of it. A- And when someone is not fulfilling it, that they need, so to say, a third person, well, that means your business is failing. It's crumbling. And look, even but most important, look at these people. Do you think they are genuinely happy? Now, I don't judge. Honestly, if they are happy, so be it. Let them be happy. They don't know me, I don't know them. Do whatever you want. But I really do not believe that they are genuinely in a happy status. I believe they could be happier if they kind of re recharge their battery. No, recharge their batteries, that's the wrong definition. If they if they kind of turned around and looked, tried to explain why they are doing this and why won't they listen to what used to work, so to say. And why, like, the problem is a lot of the people who reject some traditional ideas, traditional values, they do not question them. They do not question why people chose them until they figure it out on their own, until there's some kind of problem. Because what can I say? What I do want to say, every generation has gone through some problems. Every generation has gone through the same thing than the next one. Most of them have been through 99% of what the next generation is. And they most likely tried to do the same thing. And most likely they understood that it's better to come back to some traditional ideas. And instead of doing this mistake again and learning on your own experience, you could just listen to the previous generation guys and not do the mistake. Again, you know, people just can't learn it the easy way. They need to get beaten up to understand that it's not a good idea to poke the bear.
Does it make you feel jealous?
No, it used to. It used to make me feel jealous, but I had to address that. Like, I was not giving myself enough self-love. I was thinking like, oh, they don't want to do that with me.
When you have these feelings of jealousy, which are totally natural and valid to feel in this sort of situation, you have to suppress that.
My husband is currently on a date with another woman, so clearly he's going to leave me.
Open relationships will never be fair. One partner will always get more attention, better luck, and more options, and you will fester an environment where it is a competition with your own partner on who has more options outside of the marriage.
The thing is, when you're in, as we talked previously, when you're in an open relationship, it means that you have more, you don't need to do sacrifices, and it turns into a game of who's happier, who's having more fun. And again, what we said, a key path to success is when everyone is suffering equally. Because, and this is also a very important topic, think about this. Why do people say polyamory is good, etc.? Because everyone is having the exact same amount of fun. But if everyone is having the same amount of fun, nobody's having fun. Because it's the exact. Now, why inequality we should look to equal suffering? Because if everyone is suffering the same, nobody's suffering at the end of the day. You see how this mindset actually should look like? And that's why I started also this stream from the fact that don't take everything you see, especially from the internet. Don't just consume it and take it literally. Actually think why and what is happening. in front of your screen, there is always a reason that something is happening. And if you're too lazy to think about it, well then sorry, but you have to learn how to do it, and as quick as possible, because man, life will teach you a lesson. Life will teach you a lesson, and it's not going to be the easy way.
On the video that I'm stitching, she mentions that she has to take herself on solo Chinese dates in order to not think about the feeling that she has when her husband is on a date. If you have to create a coping mechanism to deal with the situation that you've created, that is not a good situation to be in. And gaslighting yourself to normalize your partner being emotionally, physically, and mentally attached to multiple other women is shocking.
Exactly.
My husband wants to marry 4 wives just so he can have more sex. I'm fine with that. In fact, I encourage it. That's way better than him just randomly going off, having no commitment to any other ladies, sleeping with random ladies. Allah created a path for him within.
I don't want to discuss religion. I'll be honest. I simply don't want to discuss
To also allow
religion.
their husband to do that.
And if you love,
I don't want to discuss
Just speak
because
to go to heaven, the husband with those good wife. But I get the impression that a lot of these women are trying to convince themselves that they're okay with it when they're really not. You have that build-up jealousy and anger towards the guy, and then no one will win. It's like saying, you know, my husband was sick, and so I went to go find someone else. What do you mean, take care of the husband? Wait for him to get better? But that's not what I want. It's about me and what I want in the moment. So I'm gonna go find someone else while my husband is sick in bed. No. There's a funny video, if I can find it, I'll play it.
If I'm giving birth and my man is hungry, that baby can wait because I'm making him a sandwich. Most females literally become useless after the age of 25. My husband left me for a 16-year-old. Can you blame him? You're 32 and expired. What do you expect? When I found out that my husband had 3 other girlfriends, I bought them all a house to live together, and I chose to sleep in my car. That's called being an independent female, and you all need to take notes from me before you die alone.
A lot of them do sound like that.
Jack and I had been together for, we'd been married.
how did this come about in yours and your husband's? How did it, you know what is one of the most annoying thing you can find on the internet? Is when people just cannot spell correctly. I'm sorry, when you're writing with your hands on a paper, on, I don't know, on a tissue, so to say, wherever you're writing on, I can understand you screwing up because you might not know the language perfect. But typing on the computer, which automatically corrects you, or in the worst case scenario, you need to take extra 15 seconds to go on a website and check if your spelling is correct. That doesn't take that much time, and yet people still screw this up. How did the T conversation go? Were there many conversations? So they start the sentence with a small letter, like page 05. I assume the 05 is approximately talking about the age. Now, please do me a favor. You're already an adult. Please learn how to spell in your own language. Because it annoys me, and I'm not even, English is not even my first language, and I could argue it's not my even second. And I bet I could spell better than you.
Been married for about 8 years, and I told him that I had feelings for a close friend of mine, and that sparked hundreds of conversations over
poor Zach.
Almost 2 years. Yeah, before.
No, not poor. He deserves
we
it.
actually were polyamorous. I mean, to undo a lifetime of monogamy and, you know, heteronormative like life. So it was actually, you know, a really beautiful time because...
Oh, it was so beautiful. I want to cheat on my husband, and I told him. Oh, and he looks so into it, by the way. Yeah, he just looks really happy.
We had been together every day for years and really didn't know each other.
You didn't know each other before? Okay, why did you get married?
Wholly and completely. So getting to...
Because they wanted a wedding and cool pictures on Instagram, you know, in a wedding dress. that usually symbolizes white, which symbolizes the virginity of a girl. Yeah, exactly. It's like people who go around and say they're atheists, but they still pray to God during Easter dinners. Like, hey, people, if you do one thing, please stick to it for 100%, and don't only take everything that is positive, that makes you happy, so to say, in the moment. That sounds fun. Please don't do it, because you're embarrassing yourself.
To know each other all over again, and it was really beautiful, especially at the beginning.
So as I've said, I don't think this will work for most people because, you know, most women don't want to see their...
This won't work for anyone. The only way it's going to work is if someone, I don't want to sound rude, but if only someone dies during this, you know, before it breaks up in the fast period. Because at the end of the day, if they all stay alive and they all stay together, eventually someone's gonna break out. Please, I swear, probably you're going to find me one or two examples of a happy, like, so to say, polyamorous relationship that lasted from the day it started till the day everyone got buried in the ground. So I'm not asking you to find one or two, but what I'm saying is, if you can make sure that you find one, and in return I won't be able to find you a million in return, or yeah, you don't really have a billion couples because there's like 8 billion people, but I think let's start with 1 to a million. I swear that for every one open relationship you find, I will have much better chance to find 25 million relationships that lasted good from A to Z.
Or husband or boyfriend with other women. Most men do not want to see their girlfriend or wife with other men. And even if some of these people who I feel like are trying to convince themselves that they would be okay with that, I feel like at the end of the day, if you're having to suppress feelings of jealousy just so that you can be open-minded and cool about it, and you know, yeah, most people wouldn't like that, but I'm cool. But you're actually not, and you have to have these like long conversations every day. Well, you gave too much attention to the fourth member. That's not fair. I got 60 minutes and they got 80 minutes. I mean, this is so confusing. It's hard enough to find one person that you understand, that you care about, that you have a deep and meaningful connection with. A lot of people seem to think it's the end of the world to commit to one person. One person? For the rest of my... Yeah. Like if you want a traditional marriage, yeah. Find a person that...
Imagine someone just got a child born and they say, getting committed to this child for the rest of my life? No way! Although unfortunately, there are still some people who do this.
You're attracted to, that understands you, and accept that they're not going to be perfect, because no one is perfect, but that you really care for, that you can see yourself in a relationship with, and then commit to that one person. My opinion. That's all for today.
They're not going to be perfect, but they will wake up every day and strive to be even better than they were yesterday. Lesson of this story. What is a successful relationship for zynovii7? A successful relationship is where both sides of a couple, and yes, it's a couple, wake up every single day, look at their partner, and want to become even a better partner than they were a day before. In my opinion, this is what makes a relationship successful. It's been a great hour spent with you guys. Misha Petrov really delivers good content. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you who are watching on YouTube also got a chance to enjoy the atmosphere and the video in general. Like the video if it's true, dislike it if it isn't, but then the comment under the video is absolutely required. So I would understand what is that one or two things you didn't like. At the end of the day, this was zynovii7. Thank you for everyone who jumped in. In any case,